Yeah. And so we decided to title this, Our Relationship Was Toxic Before. We had this love for each other, but then our egos were battling each other, trying to understand your point of view or my point of view because of the worlds where our worlds did collide.
It was like recognizing that trigger that's going on in us is something that we need to fix in us and not in it has nothing to do with our partner. Our partner is just there to reveal what's inside of us that we need to heal.
When you feel reactive, you
Yes.
say, pause, what a pleasure, pause, what an opportunity. This is a gift for my elevation. Chaos is it's just a part of the journey, and you can't pray for chaos to go away. I mean, we can just pray that we can be better in the chaos. Welcome to Enlighten Up with Christy, the podcast where you learn to choose yourself, rewrite your story, and create love, success, and purpose from the inside out. I'm your host, Christy, and here we go, beyond surface level change into real transformation. Hello and welcome back to Enlighten Up with Christy. So excited to be here with all of you today, and so excited to have Gonzalo here with us in the studio, and we're going to talk all about love and relationships. So I'm excited to be here with you, babe. What'd you bring for me too?
Hi, welcome everyone. Thanks for having me your first episode of this back of Enlighten Up with Christy. So excited to be here today and been talking about relationships and bringing some of the wisdom that we've been learning in the past 6 years.
Yeah, I love it. And you brought me some heart-opening cacao. You're beautiful. By the way, Gonzalo is the official sponsor of Enlighten Up with Christy.
You like to start now?
Yeah, so we're going to start our conversation with sharing some ceremonial cacao.
Is it the black one? Okay.
Yeah, because it helps open up the heart. So part of what we do as a couple is rituals that open up our heart so we can connect.
Ooh, bless you, baby.
Love you, bless you. So tell everybody, because they're like, what are they drinking? Most people can't even, they don't know what cacao is. So tell them before we start.
We are drinking now a very exquisite ceremonial cacao from directly from the Amazons in Peru. This cacao, what makes this cacao so special is that it's never been manufactured or mass processed. So it's just handcrafted and it possesses all the qualities and the taste. So every time that you sip, you can taste the difference, and it's also super healthy for your body. Contains a lot of polyphenols and all the good stuff. It's packed in because it's natural, it's raw, it's organic, and it's pure, and it's intentional. So
I love it. We work with a lot of shamans, and we have worked with a lot of shamans. And one of our favorite shamans we work with,
he called himself the cacao cure.
yeah, and he started crying.
Yeah.
He said it was the most incredible cacao he'd ever tasted. It definitely has a vibration, and so I'm really grateful you're bringing this to the world, baby. Cheers again. Okay, so we're open hearts.
So we have an exciting topic today, right?
Yeah. So the reason why we chose this topic is because we were just at a spiritual event this weekend, sharing, just volunteering. And this beautiful woman I met came up to me, and we had this connection. And she said to me, oh my gosh, you and your boyfriend, just like you, it looks like you have the most beautiful relationship. Like everybody dreams of the relationship that you have, like what David and Hannah has and what you have with him. And like, how do you guys do it? How do you attract someone like that?
You explained that she was only seeing the surface.
Yeah.
Now everything that shines is gold.
Exactly. Yeah. And so we decided to title this, Our Relationship Was Toxic Before.
And now it is like, it's positive toxic.
Yeah.
No, it's really good. Yeah, I love that. So this woman was at the event?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, cool.
Yeah, she does a lot of like, she's a big influencer and has a big podcast. A podcast and talks about relationships and attracting your love of your life. And I was like, well, we have an entire book about our relationship and how we went, it's not written yet, but how we went from how we met and the journey that we had to go in to together. And it's literally a miracle, I think, that we're here together. So I share that because I want people to have hope in their relationship if their relationship is struggling right now.
Yes, I think why we choose this title too, because I think many people can identify with what a toxic relationship is, or what they think about what it is. And I think for us, when we say our relationship was toxic, what I really were trying to say and define is we didn't start with the rainbows and unicorns. It was not that way. It was quite the opposite. It was a lot of friction from the beginning. Imagine a guy that was almost all his life single and living in the party scene and traveling, and a woman that raised 3 kids, 2 granddaughters from Kansas City, business entrepreneur, and imagine the force of these 2 planets colliding together by attraction, and it creates a lot. It created a lot of friction at the beginning, but there was a lot of passion, a lot of fire, as you can imagine, and yeah, maybe what people think about sometimes, not telling nobody here that you should be. I mean, being in a toxic relationship is the right path, but we're gonna share a story, so maybe you guys can take something away from this and what we mean with this.
Yeah, I think somebody had asked us about our story, and they also asked us how we found Kabbalah.
Yeah.
And 6 years ago when we met, because we were going through, just like you said, the roller coaster within a relationship, there was so much passion and fire, and then there were so many tears because we did not speak the same language. We had completely different backgrounds, experiences, and here we were, we had this love for each other, but then our egos were battling each other, trying to understand your point of view or my point of view because of our worlds did collide. So I remember it was like almost simultaneous. You had heard Will Smith have a conversation about something, and I had been asking myself, what did I do in my life when it was really working well? And it was Kabbalah. I had actually tasted the Kabbalah journey 16 years ago. I'd listened to some CDs that I still have, believe it or not, because I don't want to get rid of them. And it changed my life. And so I was like, that's what we were doing. So I brought it to you, and you had said, I just heard Will Smith talk about this. You want to tell that?
Well, that was crazy. Yeah. Imagine who carries CDs in these times. And when we found that you have one in your closet, right? And I saw that you came out with those Kabbalah CDs. I was like, what is this? It's like an entire collection of Kabbalah. And I was so impressed. And I think that was a signal too, right? And also the radio that you had, there was a CD player, also was a gift that your
My dad
gave you before he passed away. So it was kind of like a divine confirmation that we needed to start something, especially because we have been trying many modalities for healing and tools to understand how we can come together with less friction and communicate better.
And what I wanted my whole life was to have a man who would be willing to really grow with me spiritually. Like, it was a dream of mine. And I didn't know if one existed. And then I met you. And, I met you in Mount Shasta, and you're walking barefoot in the woods, eating an avocado every day, listening to Ram Dass, right? And I remember the first time we were chatting through text, I said, what are you doing? You were just on the phone talking to your parents, which I was like, okay, green light, that's good. He loves his family. And then you said, I'm reading. I'm like, what are you reading? And you showed me a spiritual book. And it was like, when can you come to dinner?
It was about timing too, and synchronicity. We were both starting on the spiritual path and going through big internal transformation, especially on attachments and letting go. So we met at the right time at the right place.
Yeah.
That's a story that we're gonna probably, many of the people that know us and hear our podcast, they know the story, but we're gonna share that in another episode.
Yeah, that'll be really, and that's going to be in the book too. But we'll definitely do
Coming
an
back
episode
to
the Kabbalah. So every day, well, we went online and we saw that David Guillaume was teaching Kabbalah 1. We didn't know who David Guillaume was. We're like, who's this guy? But we signed up for the Kabbalah 1 online, and we decided every morning we would wake up together and we did an hour of spiritual work every day, whether it was Ram Dass or whether it was Kabbalah.
Yes. And it was feeling, for the first time, we find something like a tool that was really guiding us, and it was feeling in completely resonance with our truth is and was at that time. So, when you hear something and you have these aha moments, or you just like absorb this information because it feels like it's talking to your soul or to your heart, that was how it feels like hearing David Guillaume speaking and teaching his Kabbalah classes, and that was the first time in our life that individually and as a relationship we did a big shift.
Yeah. And some mornings we fought after we actually did our little lessons together.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, people think about when you're doing the spiritual path that you're not gonna you're not gonna fight anymore, that you're elevated, whatever. That's what it means to be spiritual, but it's quite the opposite, right? It's just you are gonna go through challenges. You're gonna get tested more and more, and it's new devil, new level. It's the more you transcend, the more you correct your negativity, your reactive behavior, the more that the opponent we call it is gonna try to test you to see if you can pass the next test. So it's not that you are gonna have more balance, more peace in your life. Rather, it's quite the opposite.
Yeah, our the guy that's helping us right now, Spencer, with our editing, so we were talking about that, right, Spencer, about chaos, how chaos is just, it's just a part of the journey, and you can't pray for chaos to go away. I mean, we can just pray that we can be better in the chaos, right? Yeah. And be more proactive. And so we learned tools so that we understood what was happening in the matrix when life happened, right? Because most of the time, we attract partners who are there to reveal the aspects of ourselves that we love and the aspects that we don't love, right? Like the inner wounded child. And for me, like for those of you that don't know Gonzalo yet, Gonzalo walks into a room and everybody loves Gonzalo. We joke that he's Gonzadas because it doesn't matter if it's a woman or a man or children or animals, puppy. Everyone loves Gons. And he just brings this love and this light. And my father was that. My father, when he was alive, everybody loved him. Everybody, like, I never knew my dad to have an enemy besides my mom, his ex-wife. But my dad was the sweetest man on the planet, in my opinion. And I didn't get a lot of time with him, And so you came into my life and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know it at the time, but it was like my dad wound. And then there were aspects of my mother that I also recognized were also in you as well, different aspects. And I think you felt the same way about me. Like I was similar to as your mom and dad in some way, like your mom always giving and your dad always giving.
Yeah.
That was silence.
I was trying to follow where you were going, but
Remember, I'm hitting 50. My God, babe. Come on. It's like, I got,
you want to achieve it?
I need a achievement. He's like,
Okay.
you didn't agree with that. I was like, did you not agree with that?
Exactly. Like, we all have pieces of I think believe like when a soul leave this planet. Oh, they never leave the planet. We live in the same. They live always in the same field. But when a human pass, and the soul ascends, there's a part of the soul that also come back and sometimes reincarnate as a whole human being. Sometimes part of the soul, just a part of it, is like get attached in a form of your current partner because it's something that soul needs. It's a little correction that needs to take before it transcends, right? So sometimes that thing that happens. We attract a partner, then a parent or a mother or something that we really love. This is like a trait of his personality. It gets attached to that person. So, yeah, talking about your father, and I think that's what also created us to probably like bond together, even when there was times that we want to burning the house down on fire because we were fighting a lot. And it was this aspect of me that you couldn't understand, but you saw that in me, that it was more related to your father. That was the guy that it was everywhere, but it was happy and it was a little confusing sometimes. That it couldn't be like confusing sometimes for you.
Well, and there was like, we could probably have a 24-hour episode on everything that we learned in that journey and our attachment styles. So we learned both of our attachment styles. You leaned into a little bit more of avoidant at the time. Now you're secure. I leaned into anxious attachment, which now I'm secure. And it was really an interesting journey. And we'll talk about anxious attachment and secure attachment on another episode. But let's give everybody a tool in these last few minutes of this episode regarding when they get reactive with their partner. What was the number one tool that we used as a couple that helped us?
Don't throw anything to him.
That wasn't it. That wasn't it. That wasn't it.
That was the first tool.
That wasn't it. No, you never throw anything. That wasn't it.
we learn Kabbalistically. We learn a tool that helped us a lot, and it was like recognizing that the trigger that's going on in us is something that we need to fix in us and not in it has nothing to do with our partner. Our partner is just there to reveal what's inside of us that we need to heal, and they have the key to unlock our soul for the next potential, ascension level. So what the tool is very simple. Every time that you're feeling this trigger, that you're gonna feel like you need to react, and it start firing inside of you, and so it's gonna come. Usually it's like you have a second or two to recognize this feeling. Just be aware of it, and just say, pause. What a pleasure! What a gift!
What an opportunity!
What an opportunity to transcend this reactivity that I'm having right now, and you just cool it down. Go for a walk. Whatever you were used to do with your pattern, try not to repeat it. Do quite the opposite. And just let your mind calm for a second, for a minute.
But let's add to that for a second, because if you're in a relationship where you've got an anxious attachment partner and the other partner is avoidant, and they leave, for the anxious attachment person, they're going to feel like, I'm being left, I'm being abandoned.
Yeah, that's really important too. I was talking about in general, but in a relationship, especially with this dynamic where someone has avoidant attachment and the other one has
anxious attachment.
It's recognizing that you can now walk away because your partner is gonna feel that you're leaving or you're just not enough. It's gonna feel very bad. So what you have to do is communicate. Listen, at this moment, I'm not feeling really well. What you say hurt me, or I just need to think. I'm gonna go for a walk. Men usually needs to do that. We are like more fire, and the masculine energy is built on testosterone. So we build up really fast, and we need to, our body is always ready to fight. So we are always kind of like looking our body naturally to react physically to a threat where we are facing. So the best thing we can do is just communicate to our partner, go for a walk, and then start breathing. And then just the energy of moving the body and walking, it will release all this energy that is trapped, and it's going to be also transformed into creative energy that will help you to think about what you have done and what the situation was. And so you can dissociate for the problem and not take it personal and come with a solution rather than take it personal and react. Because at the end of all, we want instant gratification, right? It's just what our system is programmed. Every time we face a reactive sampling behavior trigger, we are looking for many ways to find something that reward us, right? Like a dopamine hit. We need to do something to feel whole and complete.
Well, and let's remember that it's not just masculine energy doesn't just exist in a man. It also exists in the feminine, in a female as well. And the feminine energy exists in the male body.
Well, you're in Aries.
I'm an Aries. I am indeed.
You're 50-50.
I am a warrior. Yes, indeed I am. And you're Latin. So we match. But, whether or not, there's always going to be a partner in the relationship that's more feminine and one that's more masculine. And sometimes you're going to trade off, right? Sometimes your partner is going to be in their feminine, like Gonz may be in his feminine moment and I'm in a masculine moment. But it's really important that you guys understand who's, like I want him to be the alpha. He is the alpha in our house, and it's actually interesting.
So what do you mean for a man to be in a feminine? Is his feminine?
I think sometimes if a man is a little soft and vulnerable, that's really attractive to us. But if he's too much in it, it's unattractive, right? But a man who can open up and share what's on his mind and share his heart is being in his feminine. And that's really beautiful. And we've talked a lot about toxic masculinity. And we watched a documentary, God, remember that a couple weeks ago? It was just horrible about those influencers that are toxic masculinity. It's a whole nother conversation. But yeah. So I think it's just important because we have a lot of partners that are just, I have a lot of friends that are same-sex relationships. And you can tell which one is masculine energy and the other one's in their feminine energy. And a lot of women today are in their masculine energy, because our mothers were the first ones that really got to vote. They got voting rights, they got their own bank accounts, which they weren't able to have before. So like my generation was like, you dress like a guy. Remember the 80s? It was like you wore suspenders and looked like a guy and we just learned how to work really hard and earn the masculine positions, but that hurts us in relationships.
Well, this goes over. You want to wrap up this episode?
Is that a sign to stop talking?
Give us
Yes. So this episode is tool number 1 is when you feel reactive, you say, pause, what a pleasure, pause, what an opportunity. This is a gift for my elevation, and this is a chance to grow.
I love it.
Love you. Thank you.
That's really good. For the man, that's what the number one thing they should be doing is, if you want advice in relationship, is start here. This is the number one thing. Number one. It's so simple. Just try it and see if your life change, and then you can keep following us.
Yeah, I love it. And also just Gonzalo has started a men's group, kind of like a men's collective to really help men to navigate those spiritual depths and to not be alone and to be a better man, right? So do you want to give them your information and how they can best reach out to you to learn more about that?
Yes, we're gonna share the information on the podcast. Yes, on the transcript. But yeah, I'm so grateful for being here with you. I appreciate it.
309. You don't know that song, do you?
No, I haven't born yet when this.
Spencer, you were born yet? Do you know that song? Spencer knows that song. We're gonna play that song. That used to be one of my favorite songs.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, Rabbit. Love you. Squirrel.
Love you.
Actually, not a rabbit, a squirrel. Love you too. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being with us here on this episode with Gonz and Christy on Enlighten Up. Go check out Alma Cacao too if you want a new ceremony ritual to share with your partner, your loved ones, your family, the people you love. It's beautiful, beautiful opening the heart. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
See you next time.
If this episode spoke to you, share it with someone who needs it. And don't forget to subscribe so we can continue rewriting your story with us. Until next time, choose yourself.